see, I think there's not too much. Well, there's not too much difference in the early game between Cactus Valley and Iron Fortress for PvT. But obviously a much smaller choke on the natural ramp on Cactus makes it quite different in PvZ and to an extent TvZ. But for now, puCK has come back. Intense seem to be quite keen to go ahead without him anyway. But so the countdown has begun and we'll be on Coda very soon for the second match of the night.
Nice. PvT. Oh man, love this matchup. It's hell to play, but you know, when you get to the higher echelons of play, you know, watching plays and stuff like that, just I just really enjoy it. I think that as of late though, I've sort of been being a bit lazy in watching StarCraft 2, so I really need to get back into it. But I think it's because I was out, man. Like I went to DreamHack Valencia to do some work.
Oh, nice.
And then I came back home and I was wrecked, man. Like I was bedridden for 3 weeks. It was absolutely terrible. So now I'm finally back in the seat though. Oh god, it's just appalling, man. But you know, this is going to be absolutely excellent because here we have them, ladies and gents. Our first player here in the top left in the blue from Psystorm Gaming. It is going to be intense.
And his opponent down on the bottom right hand corner of Coda. The red Protoss player from Flipside Tactics. It is puCK.
If you have any issues, by the way, with like a distorted voice, kill your cam during a game. I think that might help. Because my other co-caster...
It sounds fine to me.
It might turn just later, but we just do that as a safety measure. The other guy I keep casting stuff with, like puCK, etc., etc. If any of you guys have been watching that, we always had to continuously turn off his webcam. Just because I'd kill things. But, whoa! Hold on to your hats! Proxy gate going down. No more probes in production here for puCK. Is he going to go for the double, or is he going to just pure zealot? Or is he going to go for the stalker proxy? Double zealots! Double 10,
it's going to be double zealot. Oh. Nothing going on at home, no assimilator, no nothing. So we'll see. puCK looks like he's going to keep this probe around for now and possibly send it in, but yeah, it looks like Intense isn't going to be looking around to scout this. The SCV just now going across the map, and it's going to stroll on into puCK base and see that actually there's not a whole deal going on there, and puCK's going to be crying out the zealots. And we'll see whether he goes in with the first zealot or whether he waits for 2 or 3.
No, he should definitely he should definitely be banking zealots here, because I mean, if he's probably assuming that there is going to be a Reaper opening from his opponent, and if he reveals the first, it's going to be much easier here for Intense to deal with. But he is going to decide to move up anyway with both probe and zealot. This Reaper just about 50% complete, and now Intense knows exactly what's up. He's going to need some fairly tight CV micro here, but positioning here for puCK already slowing things down considerably here for the Terran.
Yeah, and it's nearly out, and it can kite zealots around infinitely, but it's very, very slow in actually killing them off. The SCVs do a lot of damage, and with a nice round, Intense does manage to take it down. These 2 zealots trying to kite back as best they can, not letting those SCVs get the full surround, but a lot of mining time being lost there for Intense. And already puCK is coming close to attaining a work lead, but zealots and zealots and zealots and zealots coming out of our red Protoss player, and just avoiding the surround there. Nice positioning, managed to kill him off a couple more SCVs, and more zealots being banked up at home.
6 SCVs have gone down in total so far. Not really too great of a number, but we have that cybernetics score just started, and he almost gets those zealots past those Reapers, but Intense paying attention there is going to catch them. One being split off up into the main. He needs to deal with that. Marine also being produced because there was just no gas here for Intense to make an additional Reaper. He needs to keep these units alive though, as more SCVs are going to be falling to these zealots.
Yeah, a lot of these SCVs on very low health, and the zealots can swipe them away very, very quickly. As we see, this one zealot too comes in, 2 swipes, kills 2 SCVs, and a third takes down a third before getting on out. And now Intense down to 7 workers is a pretty painful position to be in, especially with the Stalker now coming on the way. It's going to be a bit tough though. That Stalker pops out by itself. I'm pretty sure Intense can actually deal with that with 2 Marines and 2 Reapers. We'll
yeah,
see.
he definitely can. He's not going to have enough time to bring down this pylon.
Oh, puCK actually cancels the Stalker anyway though.
Oh, okay, so now back at home, this is going to be very tough. He's going to get the Mothership Core out, but he has no way to get any units. He's forced to make a new gateway back at home. And he has no additional Chrono Boost available either. There's only going to be the Mothership. Only going to be the Mothership.
Yeah, the Mothership should be able to deal with this just fine though. The Reapers will be a little bit annoying. I'll have to kind of chase them around. But I think it takes 4 or 5 Marines to actually kill off the Mothership Core. So puCK should be able to deal with this without too much trouble. And Gateway's half finished. So
like without perfect kiting, 3 can actually take it down.
Okay.
But it's all going to come down to how effective puCK can be with that micro. Still, no gateways aren't done. He's going to be forced to pull off some of these probes from mining. Is he going to be able to isolate these Reapers? No, sir. And now the Marines come in as well. He needs to be focusing on these, but he's going to be forced to give up a lot of these probes if he's not careful. Oh,
yeah, the probes comes in. Already puCK down at 11 probes, and the Mothership Core gets taken down. GG, says puCK, and Intense takes game 1 after puCK's a little bit of a failed proxy 2 game there.
Oh man, that's a tough way to go. Opening up like that, getting a good amount of damage done as well. But Intense actually handling that very nicely, I have to say. Good Reaper control there. He never panicked. He did fairly good. He did fairly well with the control on those SCVs as well. You know, isolating that first Hazela as it came in, doing a ton of damage. So, well, takes game number 1 there after failed cheese from puCK.
Yeah, but plenty of time for puCK to come back from that. His best of 5, of course, just 1 series. And worth noting, though, that is actually the only time Intense has ever taken a map off puCK in any professional tournament or anything like that. I'm sure they do face each other on ladder, and I would be surprised if Intense had never taken anything out there. But yeah, so far, his only actual tournament victory over puCK. But we'll see whether puCK can put him back in his place. Game 2, of course, Cactus Valley.
I think that you know, now puCK sort of initiating the pace of how this series is going to play out. He's now going to be looking to regain that momentum. Oh. Archon Custom there. That's not the one we're playing.
Yeah.
You and me versus puCK and Intense. Easy peasy.
Ain't no problem. I actually did play in one of the Red Bull Archon qualifiers, the one at WCS Toronto, and
how'd it go?
Well, we got smashed out of our group by Violet and Massa, who eventually won the entire tournament. So I'm gonna say we got to the finals and not.
You just like say no more, and you sort of just keep it there, you know, keep people wondering.
We got to the finals of our group.
There we are. Now I got the. I was a bit worried you guys were going to start without me. It's like, don't leave me behind, my friends.
Yeah, we're on the correct map this time. We're on the correct players, correct positions. Everything looks fine, and so start to load in Cactus Valley. I think a much lower chance we'll see any of those kind of shenanigans coming out of puCK on this map.
Well, who knows? I mean, proxy Stargate, fairly common on Cactus.
Well, fairly common on just about every map, really. If it's PvP.
Hashtag Protoss things.
I believe there's a big book of Protoss strategies on Team Liquid somewhere. Probably with several.
Wait, I have no idea if we have to sugarcoat things or not. But you know, but we can finish this discussion shortly, because first off, we have to go ahead and introduce our players. So down here in the bottom right, in the blue, playing for Team Storm Gaming, it is going to be intense.
And up here in the top left, then, over in cross positions on Cactus Valley. Very far away, it is the red Protoss player from Flipside Tactics, we have puCK.
Okay, so when this game is done, the first thing I'm gonna do is accept congratulating the winner of map number 2. Of course, it's gonna be to ask, do we have to be PG-13 on this stream? How much do we have to send? How much do we sort of have to hold back? Because in truth, I'm actually fairly foul-mouthed. I think that a lot of people have this misconception about me of that I'm a really sort of chill, laid-back guy. But it's only because of most of the things that I cast, they have to be really, sort of tame on my terminology and keep the profanity levels at an all-time low. But you know, whenever I get really relaxed and comfortable with someone, I just go off. You know, it's I don't know if that's a good thing though.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same with me. Especially if you get any amount of alpha in me, like every second word is going to be something I would repeat in polite company. But either way, puCK actually opening up with a double gas here. It's going to be pretty heavy. Most likely just going to put 2 in each, and we'll see when to put the third one in. Exactly how gas heavy. Oh wow. Okay. 3 in one and 2 in the other.
But yeah, I do believe this is actually really cute because he's going to get just an extra little slight increase in mineral income, which is going to be able. So he's going to be able to push out just an extra probe or 2. But we'll see. There's the third in gas number 2. So we'll see if he decides to go for that proxy Stargate. I do actually think that's exactly what he's doing, because he scouted top right, and he drops a proxy pylon. Oh yeah, he's going to scout here.
He's going to scout. The Reaper's going to take out the probe though. That's a blow if he actually did go proxy. Oh, okay. No, never mind.
Well, now he turns back. Now he's like, oh wait, I saw something. Okay, so he knows. So at least puCK knows. He sees the command center. He saw the racks. I'm not entirely certain if he caught on to the fact that it was a reactor onto that. But he doesn't know about how much gas has been mined. But it is a Stargate, not proxied, but back at home in the safety of his base. We'll see though. Is puCK going to find this? Or is Intense going to find this?
I don't know. I think it's a fairly well hidden sort of area. But the fact the pylon's a little bit more towards the assimilator does kind of lend it more towards being scouted than if the pylon was right tucked into one of those kind of protrusions. A couple of gateways going down as well. We'll see. For now, a little bit of micro, and that Reaper gets out with a kill.
Starts that Oracle. I think the 3 gateways here, puCK that is, he's going to be looking to go for a pretty big boss play, I get this feeling, because I mean otherwise he's just delaying his Nexus so much. We'll see if he's going to be squeezing out those Void Rays after this Oracle, but that's generally something you do if you have the Stargate proxied. Now these guys being cross position, it's so far between the 2 players, and even gateway number 4 going down, so he's just going to go super all in. Is he going to rely on a single Oracle and then only pure gateway production? Is he going to be able to capture
usually? Yeah. I don't know. I think usually people do this with like 3 or so Oracles. And there's the second one coming in from puCK, so we will see. For now, Intense is turtled up in his main a little bit. He does have that command center down the low ground, but he's playing it very safe against Oracles in his main. And so there's not probably going to be too much puCK can actually do with this Oracle.
Almost, not in the main at least, but I mean, he sees how hunkered down his opponent is. He even sees that star bot on the way as well. I mean, he's got full control and all that information that he needs. However, though, Intense has noted there is actually no Nexus in the makes or in the works. So he knows something is up, but there is detection now with these Oracles. So he can actually have a way to deal with these Widow Mines, which would otherwise be the only thing to sort of give Intense some sort of leverage in staying here. But it's going to be very tough for him to stay alive.
Yeah, but he has wisely lifted that Orc Command up onto the high ground. He's going to have a slightly better economy than puCK just because of the double extra mules he can drop down. And his defense advantage is going to be so strong up in that tight choke with our bunker at the top. He's even got a nicely positioned Widow Mine there.
Yeah, but he activated that with a probe, so should see Envision go down here, so he can actually detect. No, that's a great connection there, and a Bunker is already finished on the high ground. Even a Viking out at this point for Intense, and this is going to make things so much harder. There we go. Now he detects and deals with one of those Widow Mines, but Intense is going to stay awake. Moves back with Widow Mine number 2, but the fact that there is a Viking here to constantly threaten these oracles is absolutely excellent for him.
Yeah, it is, and I can actually waste a lot of the energy on those oracles using Envision to... no, Revelation. Nobody will ever figure out the name of those. I'm so glad when Legacy of the Void comes out and they're combined into one ability. But Revelation on one of the Widow Mines, but actually doesn't give vision. I know puCK was saying earlier he's been playing tons and tons of Legacy of the Void, so maybe that's what he's thinking of, or maybe maybe it's just a little misclick there. So these oracles aren't going to be too useful during the fight, but she'll be able to add a little bit of DPS. But I don't see how puCK breaks this. And yeah, he's already thrown down next to home.
Yes, so it's going to be fairly late, but I mean, if he can contain Intense for maybe a good like 45 seconds to another minute or so, he's going to be in much better shape. He's been probing behind this. Has 25 probes. Oh, needs to be careful there. Drops another force field on the ramp. Lots of force field energy actually available to him here, so he can just go around here. Soaks another shot and barely misses the force field, so the race can actually trickle down, and now all of a sudden he needs to be very careful. The Vikings land as well. Is Intense going to commit to this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he has managed to get down on the bottom of his ramp, which is kind of what puCK didn't want to allow. So we'll see, though. These Marines, without stim, without combat shields, are a little bit weak to puCK's gateway forces. They can be kited back by the Stalkers. The Zealots can close them quite easily, and of course, Oracles just do so much DPS, especially if the Zealots are tanking for them. But now, though, Reaper has actually picked off another kill across the map. Oh, and a fourth.
Does he get it? Oh, he barely gets away. Rest in peace. You will not be forgotten. 5 probes have gone down in total, which is fairly nice. Getting some good work down, but here we go. The tank is on siege, and puCK is going to commit. Force fields go down, isolating further pulls of units here. However, the pullback is good. Widow Mine isn't going to be activated just yet. Gets some friendly fire down onto those Marines. Nice force fields here yet again, though, but that siege tank at the back just doing way too much damage, and there is no way here for puCK to further stay. However, though, he does have a plan in the works. It is going to be that Dark Shrine that is halfway done at this point, and there is actually no detection front for Intense.
Yeah, during that engagement, puCK actually force fielded like right on top of the siege tank, and unfortunately meant the Zealots couldn't actually do any damage to it. So very, very close to being excellent force fields, but just one hex off shows why force fields can be such a powerful ability. The Oracles come in. They're actually going to take down a lot of these SCVs before the Vikings can deal with them, and one of them gets away. Bad. Now though,
however, he's moving out. He gets right across the wall, right across all these units with that stim. He's going to take down every single gateway unit here for the Protoss, and now all of a sudden he has a big Terran force to deal with. Mothership Core is at home. 3 defensive DTs have been warped in. Is Intense paying attention? Does he have scans available to him? There we go. Oh, the lift up. The tank is going to be forfeit, but still, he knows about the DTs now.
Yeah, actually, if it's scanned there, I reckon the Widow Mines would have taken out those DTs, but
yeah.
Oh well.
Should have done.
By the way, double forts. Yeah, maybe he didn't have energy. Maybe he was macroing too well. Ugh. Anyway, yeah.
Is not helping
English
us out
hard. We good England. puCK has dropped that double forge, so he's going to be trying to power his way through towards the late game, trying to catch up a little bit on his economic disadvantage with a bit more tech, a bit more of everything good like that. And yeah, we'll see how well he can do it. Charge actually on the way as well. Well, is he going for like Zealot Archon or just straight up to Templar or something?
Let's see, he's operating off of 4 gases right now. No third base inside. Yeah, it's just going to be a good old-fashioned Zealot Archon here. I mean, he doesn't really have too many options with this. The fact that he went straight into DT but couldn't be aggressive with them, that's terrible here for the Protoss. Because Intense, I mean, look at this. He's got his upgrades up and running. He's got good amount of production as well, constantly churning out bio. And now puCK is going to pull a bit of a move of desperation here. Go for that hidden third in the top right. The question is, though, is he going to get unlucky and have one of these stray medevacs accidentally find it? We'll have to we'll have to see.
Yeah, I guess we will. The robotics ability now coming down from puCK. It's possible this is just for observers, because if he is sticking on Zealot Archon, Widowmines kind of annihilate that. But, of course, could be a more regular kind of Colossus transition coming out as well.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have some sort of backup plan as Protoss. When you attack the Terran with a Zealot Archon force mainly, where you rely on being heavily upgraded, they have too many mines and stuff like that, and you get torn to shreds. You need to have a transition going quick, because otherwise you'll get stuck on sort of like Zerg sometimes do, when they constantly have to make obsolete units in order to not
like die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But here we go. Storm's Intense is looking to go for a massive drop. He's already got a couple of units sectioned up as well here, right outside of that natural, and this is out of vision. Here we go. Now puCK knows what's up. There's a ton of units in. No Storm, no nothing available, no real splash except for these archers.
Yeah, nothing really to actually stop Intense from just lifting up and leaving either. So, as it is, it looks like it's basically exactly what he can do. And as he presses in as well with the this force up here, picks up an Archon and gets his way out, trading off only a Marine and a Marauder for it. Very, very nice. And can fight away these Zealots as well, as those Medevacs prepare for another drop.
He lost 2 of them, though, in that drop, so it's fairly painful. A lot of units going down. Well, actually, only losing 1 there. Not as bad as I first initially thought, but no, sir, not at all.
Yeah, for now, Intense moves out another little chunk of army. And perfect timing from puCK, actually. A DT moves towards Intense's base. And most of his army is away.
He thinks that's his third. Wait, do we have a third command center at all?
Yes.
All here?
In between the main and Intense.
I was like, is he super all in with this? Doesn't seem like it. He's gonna dart on forward, though. Waddles here. As he's kiting back to 3 Widowmines have borrowed, and right now there's a very small number of Zealots. Only 14 in the field. That's not going to be enough for this. 1 Archon gets taken out as well. Some of these units actually split up. A second Archon very close to falling. Both of these Archons barely any units left. Intense is going to be able to break on forward. The Widowmine is getting a good connection, and there's just too much here. Intense doubling his opponent in supply. Defensive DT's been walked in, but the scan goes down, and that's going to be all he wrote here as the natural falls, and puCK on the ropes, and that's going to be an intense 2-0 advantage here in this best out of 5. Is he going to go for the 3-0 revenge kill on puCK?
It's possible. I mean, it's looking increasingly likely. puCK getting a little bit too greedy with that hidden nexus up in the top right-hand corner of the map, and wasn't able to actually hold on to Intense's pressure. Terraform is going to be map number 3, and that's, I guess, out of the maps introduced in this map pool, definitely the most standard. If you think about Moonlight Madness, Bridgehead, or Dash and Terminal, Terraform looks like overgrowth compared to any of those. So
circular one.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the one with this kind of spirally bit in the middle.
Yeah, and, exactly.
Yeah, well.
Oh man, I really want to give it to Intense, dude. He's been handling puCK really, really well. So patient. Like game number 1 there, the proxy gate. He was so patient with the defense. He wasn't overcommitting and panicking with those SCVs. Control could have been a little bit better, like you sort of mineral walk the SCVs getting swiped. But still, he held on to that, dealt with it accordingly, and now game number 2. Again, puCK trying for the massive all-in. But Intense just staying calm under pressure. And now he finds himself 2-0 in this series, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it is. We've had 1-3-0 already tonight in Sorta versus Volcanek. And now Intense finds himself on the verge of another in our second series of the night. But yeah, we'll see whether he can pull it off on this map on Terraform. If not, we go on to Moonlight Madness. and that's definitely a map that lives up to its name. There's a lot of possibilities for craziness from both races, really. The Proxy Oracle that I think puCK was kind of trying to go for, but didn't get the scout off for. Very, very powerful on Moonlight Madness. And,
that's very true. I mean, like, you hit the right angles. It's just so hard to stop. Let's see here. Never mind. I thought there was like some banter going on there in the chat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Countdown has begun.
Yeah, guys, by the way, to any of you people, you can, of course, go on ahead and directly support Team Gravity so they can keep doing these awesome little clashes of the Titans. And we actually had one guy sub. And, oh yeah, I forgot to ask how PG-13 we have to be. Oh, fuck you. Thank you very much for subscribing and supporting Team Gravity on their quest and endeavor to spreading esports passion. Now, that being said, coming into this map number 3, ladies and gents, we are here. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Okay. That was the wrong map. I have no idea what happened.
I don't know, but yeah, actually, going back to what you were saying about subscribing a little while ago, currently Team Gravity are actually running a promotion where it costs $5 to subscribe, and if you subscribe right now, you get a $5 gift card for G2I, G2A even. So yeah, if you're planning on buying any games, you might as well subscribe to Team Gravity, help them put on these awesome events, help on the great teams in StarCraft, and yeah, you still get your money, still get your game. It's a really cool little deal.
It's a bit like, you know, win-win. Save some cash, get great games. I actually bought an extra copy of Company of Heroes via G2A, and I was very happy with that. I shouldn't be sitting here promoting other games, guys, but it is also an RTS, and it's pretty slick. I do like it a lot. It's probably the other RTS that I play, except StarCraft 2. Very different, though.
I think, actually, one of my biggest problems with StarCraft 2 is how smooth everything is. It has ruined all other RTSs for me. I used to love playing like Dawn of War, Warcraft 3, Age of Empires and stuff like that, but you can't, there's things like you can't select multiple buildings, you can't hotkey buildings, or you'll tell a unit to go somewhere and it'll just kind of dance backwards and forwards for ages. And that just doesn't happen in StarCraft. Everything like works perfectly. It's so smooth and well controlled. All other RTSs just
they feel sort of clunky, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
either way,
like, you don't have control.
But in this game, in the smooth and wonderful game that is StarCraft, we have blue Terrence one down the bottom right-hand corner of Terraform, representing Psystorm Gaming. It is intense.
It's truly put on the performance here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. His opponent up in the top left from Flipside Gaming, or Flipside Tactics, I keep saying gaming. Is he going to be able to swing things around, because he's finding himself down 2-0? Will he be able to bring things back? It is going to be puCK.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, nothing cheesy out of either player. If I was looking for somebody to play really aggressive, it would probably be Intense in this particular map. puCK's already tried a couple aggressive kind of all-in builds, and Intense has shown he has no trouble fending them off whatsoever. So
I've sort of, you know, looking back of how puCK has always played, even though he's, you know, like most Protoss players, you sort of have to be adaptive with the ever-shifting and evolving metagame of things. But he's always, to me, been a very aggressive, sort of 1/2 basey kind of player. Not looking too comfortable in the super late game of things, especially in PBT. I mean, I'm even going back like 2013, 2014. This is just a pattern in his playstyle that I've seen for so long. So you still sort of stay true to that, and like you say, Intense having none of that. So this time, puCK is going to have to figure something else out. I mean, Intense has just been holding just too damn well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like puCK puCK is generally, I'd say, a fairly aggressive player. Not to say he can't play a macro game, because he's very strong in that respect as well, but he does quite often open up these kind of builds. Certainly isn't shy of doing a proxy 2 gate, throwing it out now and again. And Intense, he's had no trouble, not even needing to scout. Just held it without any trouble. Eve looked better.
And even 2 probes being pulled down. Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that was really funny. Because I get so angry when that happens to me. So whenever I see another Protoss experience that suffering, it's like Schadenfreude. Happiness in the misfortune of others.
I can definitely understand that. Speaking as a Zerg, you get those sneaky Protoss coming into your base and they're like, oh, I'm going to use my probe to use the fact that Zerg are the only race who have to be directly in the middle of a building to start constructing it. And then the process is like, oh, I can't believe Town Z-Blade blocked me. Oh, it's so unfair. It's like, Oh,
do you remember the days before the destructible rocks, and you got like pylon blocked by your ramp?
Oh yeah, before like unbuildable plates on the ramp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Rest in peace.
Better.
Those were good days, man.
Well,
I would never do it though. I had too much self-respect as a Protoss to do that. Kappa.
Oh, I don't. When I play Protoss on NA, that is exactly the sort of stuff I do. I'll 3 pylon wall at the top of the ramp, and then like make a wall with gateways of your natural choke, and then put 10, 12 cannons behind it. That's the sort of stuff I do.
Just going full NA
That's some fun games. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Reaper stays alive, but he got the full scout. It's good stuff. Man, just, before things really start kicking into action here for this game, did you catch any of the games from DreamHack Valencia? Arium just really killed it, dude. He was absolutely ham.
No, I was actually casting LAN during that weekend, but I heard Arium really impressed.
Yeah, man, he was... I have high hopes for him in the near future, to say the least.
Cool. Good.
But, to segue back into this game, this little move out that we see out of puCK is going to be so annoying for Intense to deal with, because he doesn't really have too much. 6 Marines, okay, there we go. I thought he had way less. Loses a Marine very sloppily to that Zealot. He's going to borrow this Widowmine. Will he catch this Stalk? If he does, that's going to be absolutely huge.
Ooh. puCK is actually going into Phoenixes behind this Oracle. And actually having pulled down the Marines from the main, there's actually nothing to defend there. There's a Widowmine which is just about to burrow up, but no problem getting that off. And yeah, this is a nice, easy, undefended main base.
Oracles just deal sick damage versus light units, and Widowmines, guys, of course, counters light units. That's why he's made such quick work of it. But already a ton of kills on this Oracle, 9 in total. This is absolutely great for puCK. However, though, there is the 3rd command center out for Intense, so his SCV production is going to be pretty good. However, though, the fact that puCK knows about the 3rd CC, this can trigger him to do a wide option of things. He can either go for a super massive bust play, or he can go and take a fairly safe 3rd of his own, because, I mean, there's just no real way, really, for Intense to challenge that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. Air weapons coming from puCK. Looks like he is really committing to this Phoenix Colossus style. Maybe we'll just skip the Colossus entirely and just go Mass Phoenix, but this is going to be really interesting. A 2nd Stargate coming down as well. He's going to have a big old cloud of great Protoss air units, and we'll see. I don't think he's quite got enough Phoenixes to really start fighting big groups of Marines just yet, but he can... Oh! The load end happens just in time for Intense.
Oof. What a way to go, man. Like, imagine you could, like, lift it up. I don't know how high up air units in StarCraft 2 are. Doesn't seem that high, really. I mean, but you get lifted up like 75, 100 feet, and then you get torn to shreds. Nothing to write home about.
Not a fun way to go.
Fred died yesterday. Had to report it back to battalion, and it's like, ugh, gruesome.
I mean, we presume it was a bit overcast, and then he just kind of shot into the air through the clouds.
Yeah.
And pew pews. Helmet fell
just
back down.
Blood rained down.
For now, Intense coming in with a few Hellions.
Oh, nice! Goes to the book spiral of the Sentries, gets 1, but the pickup is gonna save.
Oh!
Ooh, that was super cute.
That's so cool. It reminds me of a while back when Polar Knight was in the map pool. There was a little vogue of doing some kind of Phoenix into Immortal all-in sort of opening against Zerg, and people quite often use their Phoenixes to lift up Immortals to save them. And somebody went Corruptors into this, and they killed an Immortal with a Corruptor, and I never thought I'd see it happen.
The Air Armada though here for puCK, man.
Yeah.
It's grown, and he's just going to go for a massive lift, even having this Oracle to assist.
Yeah, the Oracle doesn't need to activate its beam, it's just lift up everything. I mean, if you've got enough Phoenix, you just lift up everything that can shoot at you, and then you just kill it. It's easy.
Yeah, he's eager to detect right now, very wary of Widowmines, but there is no turret in range for this, so even more SCVs will be going down here. And that concept of all the third next also being added in, and he's just going to get engaged right on top of this turret.
Yeah, ain't no thing. Only loses like 2, I think, Phoenixes. Oh, 1 Phoenix engaging on top of that turret, and yeah, just takes out a bunch of those Marines. And he could even do the same thing over in the natural on top of the turret there. So many Phoenixes right now.
He's constantly churning them out 2 at a time. He's actually going to have to add in more turrets if he wants to stay safe. But now this command center, imagine that gets caught out, you know, without anything to land.
There's more Phoenixes right now than there are bio units for the Terran. Not just Marines. Full stop bio units. puCK can lift up every single unit in Intense's army right now.
Man, this is looking so rough for him. I mean, he took a ton of damage in the early game from that Oracle, and now he's lost pretty much in the entire army. He got a full army reset here with those Phoenixes, and even though he has Stim, I don't know, puCK might be brave and just go for the massive lift again.
Yeah, he could do it. I think he's going to move over towards the third base now, though. Come on, you can find it.
Oh, he's going to get many of these workers. Turret does finish up in the last second, but still, he lost a lot of those freshly dropped mules.
Yeah. I've been losing those mules, man, and a lot of workers as well. puCK is doing a great job with these Phoenixes at keeping Intense a little bit suppressed. But so far, the army is building up at the minute, but puCK double forge back at home, Psystorm on the way, charge on the way. The third base solidly established as well for puCK. Yeah, I'm sure he could take this engagement. I'm sure he could just like hold G and wave it over the Marines, lift them all up and kill them. But I don't know.
No, yeah, I mean, to be honest, he definitely could. Just not enough substance to this Terran army. Oh, this is a massive risk that you're taking, Intense. 3 medevacs heading down southwards. The Phoenix are not going to be in position, but this is such a gamble. He's relying on puCK, not paying attention, not staying too active on the map, except outside of his base. If these medevacs get caught out, that's just going to be auto GG. There's going to be no way here for Intense to replenish this. This High Templar is heading down southwards as well. So if he can find a couple of these medevacs with those feedbacks, that's going to be even huger. Wow, that's not even real grammar. Man, I'm just all over the place today. That's just going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, I think it's just hiding there in case of flanks and such in that.
Oh, yeah. Storm flank.
There. Oh, speaking of.
He's baiting on forward here. If you can land a good storm on this chunk of fire. Oh, there we go! Big storm, not hitting too much. The Widowmines are on fire, and he's going to go for the lift off. But these Marines actually doing a good amount of damage. And he's missed these medevacs entirely, who are now stimming into this third base. It's completely open. There are no units. He's going to go for the focus fire. He's going to be able to bring this down, no problem.
Yes, so fast to that punishing fire. Then he lifts up. He shouldn't be able to get away though, not with all these medevacs. He's gonna have to drop like immediately.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and actually he managed to meet up with the rest of his army. So although puCK doesn't actually lose any Phoenixes, it takes down a couple of these medevacs. And High Templar comes in support as well. Oh, the storm is huge! Doesn't actually kill off any of the bio, but medevacs are going to be in short supply with this competition puCK is going for. So many Phoenixes do so well at killing them off. I'd love to see him mixing Graviton Beam as well to allow the Phoenixes to get up to that like 7 range, I think. 6. Yeah, 7 range with Graviton Beam. and actually kill off those medevacs from way outside the range of the Marines. Really, really cool. But
I want to really, again, just emphasize what you just pointed out, man. The energy is so low on these medevacs. They can barely keep up, and as there's going to be even more stimming here from Intense, it's going to be even harder. And one storm sort of gets whiffed there. Another good storm, though. puCK is so on point with those storm flags, and there's even more High Templar on top of this high ground. A ton of Widowmines, though. Play it very patiently. Another storm does go down on top of these fire units. Widowmine does connect, but there's actually not too much here. All of this fire very low.
Yeah, lots and lots of Widowmines are exactly what Intense needs. They're great against the Phoenixes. They're great against the Zealots.
We need to borrow them, though.
And oh yeah, they get lifted up before they can actually burrow down. And big hit on the Phoenixes, but I don't think it's going to be enough. puCK is still moving forward. A huge that choke. Another one finishes off the rest of that army, and puCK can start chasing down with those Phoenixes lifting up everything. That was close. Widowmines don't go off.
Oh man, now he's actually going to be able to find 2 High Templar. This is a really nice pickup. But those Phoenix, man, these Widowmines, they are so close to resetting. He didn't even have an Observer in position. Now he finally has one. But still, Intense sort of staying in this game for now. However, though, he does not know about the fourth base being established here by puCK down to the south.
Yeah, absolutely. Both Widowmines do get picked up as well. All of them getting lifted out before they get a shot off here. And puCK continues to chase down. But the reinforcements coming for Intense, and it's going to have to go back off. There's a Phoenix there as well.
Yeah, you need to be so careful, though, about how these tight angles are being played through, because any big storm flanks, again, from puCK, can just absolutely devastate this Terran army. And bear in mind, now he's adding in his force command center, but he's only constantly been hitting the very same position all the time, over and over. And now, finally, he's going to be sending a 4 medevac drop, heading towards the main of puCK. As these Phoenixes try to intercept some of these reinforcements, this main is going to be completely naked.
Yeah, absolutely. He can take out a lot of puCK production here, and he gets straight on top of it. Big artillery fire actually, but he's actually for the Templar Archive. No more High Templar for a good long while here for puCK, and this is a big force of fire that's in the main base, and puCK's just going to try and lift it up, try and deal with his Phoenixes as best he can, and looks like he will clear it up, but takes a pretty painful Widowmine hit, and actually takes a big hit to his Phoenixes as well. But you know what? He's still got 30.
This is actually looking really good now for Intense. He did a lot of damage there, and it's like pointed out, especially the fact that there's going to be no more High Templar for a while. There's no Archons, and now in the center of the map, as these Phoenix have dwindled in number, Intense is further pushing on. He managed to get 4 High Templar out. One storm completely misses its target. Nice split up here though from Intense. He's going to be able to peel off a couple of units. Gets 2 High Templar, gets 3, and now that's everything on the ground for puCK. He's down in supply at this point, but that 4th base is what's keeping him in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And a gold base taken now for Intense is going to really let him ramp up the pressure. But 3-3 coming in for puCK. The Templar Archives being rebuilt. And a couple sentries being added on as well to help a lot with all these chokes. But still, at the minute, there's actually no splash damage, really, for puCK. Just this one Archon, and that's not really enough. Intense splitting up, trying to take the best in game that he can, but from this position, he can easily send some hit squads into main for natural and just completely stop puCK from moving down.
Oh, nice match though. Yeah, lots of charge zealots heading into this 3rd base, but there is a bunker in very tight position, and even more reinforcements come to intercept. Will kill this up, but now puCK is going to go, and the Widowmines do get some decent connections on some of these zealots, but there's just going to be way too much on the ground here, forcing Intense to back off. He has to be kiting back at this point, because these charge zealots, even though there's not a lot of splash to this army, they still have 2-2, and even more zealots being warped in here, but the proxy pylon does get taken out eventually, but now more of these reinforcements from Intense will link up, and now massive Widowmine connections on these zealots, but they still continuously get the wraparound. But I think there's going to be a bit too much fire here on the ground for Intense, as he is continuously reinforcing, puCK plummeting in supply, and now 176 to 87 in favor of the Terran.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is, of course, puCK's last chance in this game. Intense up 2-0. It's looking with 100 army supply advantage. to be able to close this out. The DTs come in, but the scan is right there for Intense, and he has no problem clearing those up. And as Intense moves up into puCK's third base, what does he have left over? A handful of DTs and some Phoenixes? With scan, that's nothing. That is nothing in the face of Intense's army, and he pummels through, tears down that Nexus. Congratulations, says puCK, and Intense with the 3-0.
And he gets the revenge he was looking for.
Yeah.
Man, that was... I mean, not only did we see Intense playing it out absolutely beautifully, this game was much closer. puCK was doing so much damage. First the opening on Oracle, then the Phoenixes. He was controlling the game so well. But Intense somehow managed to bring himself back. Those drops really is what sort of kept him in that game for the longest of times. Killing that third Nexus, hitting the main, and even puCK landing some absolutely beautiful storm flanks. Intense, man, gets the 3-0. And that means that he's going to be the victor of our second best out of 5 in Team Gravity's Fight Night, number 28. Just beautiful TVP coming at it from Psystorm's Intense. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, really nice there. So, awesome couple games, some really cool build orders from both players. If I was a pro player, I definitely want to try and kind of steal puCK style there with the Phoenix, just like Phoenix into Zealot and HT. And you know what, if you are so inclined, you can head over to Spawning Tool, and all the replays from Fight Night will be uploaded over there. Big shout out to them. They're one of our main sponsors of the event, of course, along with Hitbox.tv. If you're watching this on Team Liquid, come over to hitbox.tv/Team Gravity, and you can take part in that chat. You can even kappa. And
is there actually a kappa in Hitbox?
Yeah, do it and find out in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. What is that? It's a sushi roll.
Don't give it away. It's a secret. They have to come and find out themselves.
Too late, man. But yeah, like you said, guys, go check out Spawning Tool. Absolutely sick to get those replays, get your game going. But that being said, we are now done with our first 2 best out of 5s, and that means the final game awaits of tonight. The 2 final bosses, guys, are going to be facing off in a best out of 7. It is going to be Hydra versus Parting, coming right up here on Hitbox at Team Gravity. But we will be back with you guys after this short break.